Welcome to Garden Steal Away as we are walking in Memphis. Today is a 2-for-1. We are at the Dixon Gallery and Gardens in Memphis, Tennessee, and it is both a art museum and a botanic garden.
And if they have a really good cup of tea, it's going to be my favorite place ever. We are Steve and Marnie. This last summer we were scheduled to take a 10-week sabbatical in the UK and Germany. The challenges of 2020 forced us to find other ways of resting and fighting for joy. Our new endeavor is to find and film the best gardens we can find in the US.
I have never personally liked gardening, and yet I have found some of my favorite moments in life have been sitting quietly in a garden with my wife. It's great for our relationship, and it's good for our sanity.
We would really appreciate you clicking on the YouTube subscribe button, and make sure to hit the bell to not miss any upcoming episodes. Even those little begonias up above. Wouldn't you love that? The whole front yard in Coleus? I don't think he realizes how many seeds it would take to start. He wanted me to do the whole front yard in red Coleus, and that would be a lot of work. You'd have to have a greenhouse full of them. But isn't it lovely?
It'd be amazing.
When you're thinking about planting a garden and if you want to add a water feature, it's really nice to consider the little animals that might be needing access to it. And that's what they've done here, is they're making sure that if a little creature gets in, that it can get back out of the water. It's nice to think about the bees and the butterflies and the frogs. Grow in shady, moist areas that are really compact. So if you have a place that's been really trampled on and maybe you're not sure what to do and maybe nothing grows, moss is a good thing to try and to get going in there. And I've seen where people will grow it over rocks, and of course it grows on trees, and it adds a lovely element to a garden. these 3 bronze figures were part of a bigger piece that Rodin did. He was commissioned in 1880 to do some doors that were going to be in an art museum in Paris, but the museum never came together. And he would add and take away different figures in the 37 years he worked on it, something like that. And these ones were above those who were at the entrance to hell, and they were pointing to a sign, an inscription that said, "Abandon hope, all you who enter here." And it says the twisting, tormented poses were kind of trying to get that expressive, emotive feeling that was apparently a new thing in art at the time. Perfect blend of art, a garden, and tea. Floral arrangements, for example, are still done twice a week with fresh new floral arrangements, and they even have a list there that tells what the flowers are, so if you're wondering what they are. And that's a tradition that was started with a family that lived in the home, and so they continue that twice a week. I think that's really fun, to be honoring of the location and the architecture and the style of the home and the grounds that it's on and just how it all comes together. I think that makes for a more pure environment and experience. Really fun when you go somewhere in search of beauty to also have hospitality, and we experienced that here. The workers were very quick to point things out and explain things and direct us to things, which really helps to have a fuller experience. And for instance, to get to find out that there were pictures, really fun pictures that showed kind of back then and then nowadays of how the residence has transformed and how it was used. I love it when an architectural space is honored by showing and celebrating how it was and getting to see some of the features. So some of the furniture is still original furniture, and the built-ins, some of the built-ins and stuff. Thanks for joining us. If you're ever in Memphis, come to the Dixon Gallery and Garden. It's lovely.